then I was asking myself, if I cannot even pass a customer service, job.
It crushes you.
Yeah.
It crushes you.
So that was one interview. I mean, he told me I am the worst in interviews, like completely.
See her now.
Yeah.
See her
Then
now.
the other one, it was, of course, I can't say which organization, but I was interviewing for a human resource manager.
Yes.
So I was ready. I was there 30 minutes before, dressed well,
You've
very
done the
well.
thing.
I've researched them. I have, I'm ready.
Right.
With my laptop. So in fact, when I went, so this
Laptop
interview,
because there was a presentation?
no, because I have gone the extra
Extra
mile. I
mile.
want to
Sorry,
give
who
a
are you?
PowerPoint.
See the extra candidates we are talking about.
What?
Who had asked you for a PowerPoint?
Who asked me? Who asked me? Anyway, just so
But who are you not to?
so I'm there, I'm ready. They had pushed this interview like 5 times.
Right.
Yeah.
Already that gives you interview fatigue.
Exactly. So the
Okay,
6th time.
dear presenter, do not. Dear interviewer, do not do that to somebody.
I
But
know.
go on.
So this is now the 6th time it
Yes.
has been rescheduled,
Yes.
and it was it was a big organization. I mean, being a HR,
Yes.
this organization was going to set me
This
up.
is it. This is it.
This job, I was getting this job or getting
Kenya
this
will know
job.
me. Kenya
Why?
will know me.
So I'm there. So the director of HR comes in.
Right.
So she comes in, and I'm like, I was sat in the boardroom. So now she came. So the interview was just between me and her in the boardroom.
Okay.
So she comes in and she sits down and she looks at me. So like this.
Like we're just looking at each other.
Yeah. So like
A staring
hi.
contest.
Yeah. So she looked at me a bit, and then she's like, what's your name? Tell us a little bit about yourself. So Wams, tell us a little bit about yourself.
And then she's just staring at you like
Dead,
that.
like in there. So I was so, I don't know, like I felt
How did that make you
intimidated,
feel? Yeah.
like very intimidated. So anyway, I had this PowerPoint, my PowerPoint
My laptop is
presentation.
with me, please.
So I told her that, I'd done some research about the organization, and I had something that I wanted to share. So I think that is what now even threw her off completely. Like, who are you? Why are
And you want to
coming?
share because my organization
So
does not
air. Like what is so
I'm
I
so
did
sorry.
my PowerPoint presentation, and the whole time,
Oh my God. Like, my interest in you is at
I don't know if like
is
so
at Kenyan.
I was I was asking
levels.
myself, is it the way I was dressed? Did she know me from before? Like so many things. Of course, I did not end up getting the job, but then 2 lessons.
Yeah.
Please don't go with a PowerPoint presentation. Like don't like
No, okay. Don't go with a PowerPoint presentation if they didn't ask you.
Yeah,
for
of
it.
course they didn't
Yeah,
ask,
if
but
they didn't ask you
extra
for it.
miler,
Yeah.
extra miler.
But because
Sometimes
that's what it does to you. Because you say you were bashed when you came from the interview at the bank.
Yeah,
right.
so I'm going
and you're going in
overboard.
for the next one. You're overcompensating.
Exactly.
Let's avoid that overcompensation, because you will go now into areas that we are left saying, okay, that candidate was
extra. Like you want to come in and take your job,
Yeah,
and
in fact,
her job,
thank you. In
and
fact,
everyone's job.
Perhaps they were eyeing you and saying, this one. By the time we are done, she'll
There's
have
no-
retrenched even.
That lady, there was no way she was giving me a job. There's no way. This chick.
But I'm not understand. I'm at pains trying to understand why you would want to stare at somebody like dead in the face as though.
But it actually happens a lot. There are people
But
like
is
you
it
go
that
in
the
for
person
an
had not
interview.
prepared to come and interview you?
I don't
Were they
know, but
ambushed?
it was just like negative vibes, and I think
Yeah,
this
that
is for
negative energy
interviewers.
we are talking about.
Yeah, and it's for interviewers. When someone comes in, it doesn't matter, like if they don't look confident or
you
big
cannot
smile.
let it show. You
Yeah.
cannot ask, are you June?
No,
Yeah.
not possible.
Not possible.
Or-
So receive me with respect.
Yeah.
Receive the candidate with
Yeah.
respect. They may not have a job. They may not have XYZ. They may not yet be whatever, but receive them with the respect that you accorded them when you invited them for the interview.
And actually, there are candidates who come in, and I'm sure you've experienced this, and at first they're shaky, they're not confident, you tell them to do this, they mess up, but then you give them a chance, and they prove,
blossom.
oh my.
God. Do you know, I'm always rooting for that underdog.
Exactly.
I'm always rooting
Because-
for that underdog, because you can see they were unfrazzled, and maybe even they came early.
Give them
They did
time.
everything right.
Yeah.
But immediately they walked in. Let me give you a live example. We were interviewing for a CEO for a bank, right? So we were the client on behalf of the bank, right? So we've done our background work, we've presented 3 top candidates.
Yeah.
Do you know the bank came with, I think there were 12 people. There were so many people in that room. I'm like, this is proper intimidation.
12.
So one lady actually went in and she couldn't. She couldn't have the interview. She was unable to continue.
More than
the
5
interview.
is too much already.
You know? And the other one went in, assessed quickly, switched even the strategy that we had discussed on how she was going to then present. Yes, she got the job. Good. Well and good. But that panel, you walk in and you find all those people. That intimidation.
Yeah. One person.
One person. You interview one person.
12.
And I know it's overboard.
Yeah.
It's overboard. We'll do a thing for how to interview when you're on this other side.
Exactly, because it's also, very, very important. So I don't know if there's something else you want to add as far as our confidence levels, because I know, most candidates, I think, really, really struggle.
They struggle with that confidence.
For me, the big ones are just, preparing, getting there on time. If it's Zoom, ensuring that, you
have a backup
of internet, electricity. You're seated where there's light,
and
let them see you.
Yes, they can see you, and the light is on you, not behind you.
Yeah.
Because if it's behind you, they can't see you.
They can't see you. You wipe the camera so that it's not, it's not not clear. You are, eye contact. Because even if it's Zoom, you can't be like, you are not, you're not looking,
or you're distracted by the things going on in your house or in the room where you are.
Or there's a baby somewhere crying. There's someone who is cooking githeri. Dishes
there's
are falling.
Construction happening
behind.
You can actually even go to a friend's place or to a hired office space.
Exactly.
If you can afford it and have that your interview there, so that the location matters.
It does. Even the background. I cannot be seeing bras and Nivea on the background, guys, and wardrobes, like
blur. You can use the blur function. Yeah. You can blur out.
You can even put a virtual background.
You can put a virtual background. Guys, do whatever it takes to get you this position. Not for me to be distracted by everything else other than you.
Right.
Right.
And the good thing about a Zoom interview is what you can, because then of course, like, they are face to face, you could have like some notes on like on a sticky note, and it's on your laptop. So of course you're not going to like
you're not pulling out more areas.
But it really helps, because then Zoom gives you that, you could have some point somewhere, and you can keep throwing
that
like your
work.
eyes.
That would work.
But then what we are saying is that confidence is going to go a long way. Like 50% of you passing this interview is your confidence levels, because it's going to inform how you are, are creating that first impression, eye contact, how you're carrying yourself, and it goes a long way in ensuring that you perform very well during this interview. I don't know if we've covered all non-verbal cues.
Folding of arms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, let's just talk about today. What do you do with your hands? Because
where do you place your hands?
Where do you place your hands? When I go in, and I keep getting that question also. Am I putting them on top of the table? Am I, hiding them under the table? Am I, folding?
Yes.
Where am I putting my hands once?
Akina group of schools. And those of us who went to finish in school, you do not place your hands on the table. Even at dinner, you do not place your hands on the table. I am the chief violator of that rule all the time. But I keep reminding myself, okay, if I'm sitting upright, my hands are not going to be placed on the table. Like your elbows, right? So you're meant to operate your fork and knife like this when you're at the dining table, right? But when you're at the interview table, it's very different. Right? So you've come in and you've placed your book, you've placed in your notebook, your pen is there, perhaps there's a glass of water, you've made sure your phone is off and your handbag is away, or your laptop bag, depending, right? It's important for you to not appear
defensive.
Exactly. It's important for you to appear open and receptive. So how you sit and arch your back, how you poise yourself and look at the people, at the panelist, right? So your hands can safely rest on your thighs, safely, very safely rest on your thighs, because you remember, we are also countering the person who could be nervous, the person who could have sweaty palms, so you're getting clammy, and you could be doing this without them noticing, without them necessarily seeing. So you are here and you're like this. If you need to take down notes, see, we're writing with one hand. So you just take that note and put it back. If you needed to refer, and then you come back to that position, so that at all times you're able to pan your body to the panel and give attention to the person who has asked the question, because I'm not only going to respond to you, but I'm responding to the entire team, but I am giving you the attention because you're the person who asked the question. Perhaps it's a panel of 3, right? Which I think is most appropriate. 3, because again, even when they're giving their review of you, it's unbiased, you know, and you're able to even make a decision if there's a tie. But it's so important to lend even how you move your body to give attention to the person you're talking to. Yeah.
All right. And when I'm speaking, because then there are some of us who love using our hands.
Akinami. Yeah.
What I was saying.
Yeah, so no, let me tell you something. So I was expecting, hey, you're seeing the interview panel, they are moving and they're wondering, what are we paying attention to? And then maybe you're like me, who has 17,000 rings and you know, and so all they're saying is this: try and mute that as much as possible. Unless, of course, you are demonstrating something and perhaps you are doing the PowerPoint presentation that Joan had carried on her laptop, and maybe even you needed to turn it, and perhaps even you had been asked to do a short presentation, now you turn it, then it's okay to use maybe your pointer or your clicker, right? But try as much as possible to minimize the actions of your hands all over the place.
Right. Yeah. So for me, what I usually advise, so if there's, like a desk, and you are confident enough to let your hands show, that you show your palms, because research has it that when like, for example, when I'm talking to you and then I'm speaking, not too much, but then if you can see my palms, then it shows that I'm open and I'm not hiding something, as opposed to if I come in for the interview and my hands are, like on top of the table and, you cannot see my palms.
They're palm like down.
Yeah. It shows, like someone who is a little bit like, wants to dominate. So like always, if you can, if your hands are being seen, that you are showing your palms. I think that's the only, the only difference. And then now, so that then when you're speaking, if they can see the palms, it's better than them not seeing like the hands whatsoever, because there are people who would even want to go in and hold something because their hands are going to be seen at one point or the other.
Or you could be shaking. Your nerves could be so severe. And that's why the one for under the table is it covers everyone. Yes, it covers everyone. And then if your hand is over here, you're writing, you're being able to express yourself, and there's nothing wrong with the one-off of, I did. We used to, at interviews, talking about the team. They did. So
it's even French class.
It's we all the way. So even if you're making reference to self and that one-off of your example, it gives emphasis to my ownership.
Right. I don't know if there's something you want to add. In the end, when the interview is done, do I just take my things and go? Do I shake hands
like a bandit and just take off? Like, see ya. Next question.
It's been real. You'll see me when I see you.
Yeah, I'll see you when your people get in touch with my people. No. It would be very key for you to thank the panelist, because you've done, and please watch our other videos and see the part where we talked about how to close the interview and ask the interview questions. Once you're done with that, close it neatly by thanking the panelist. Thank them for their time. And of course, maybe at that point, you'd already gone through the when should I hear from you? What should I expect about next level? But thank them for their time. sit up, first gather your things. If there were many things on the table, like your notebook and your folder and your pen, gather that, thank them for whatever drink they had offered you, and then pick your bag, get up and push your seat back. Push your seat back.
Yeah.
You're not coming out of a club. You're leaving a panel table.
Yeah.
Push your seat back and then exit and shut the door behind you.
Right.
Shut the door behind you if no one was escorting you out. If someone was escorting you out and they held the door for you, then walk before them. Walk out, and then they will shut the door, and perhaps maybe when they're taking you to the next part of the interview, maybe there was another part, or maybe you needed to fill a form, whatever it is, there could be another part too. But for that part, as it ends, please leave that room not hastily and looking like your things are falling.
You can't be packing when you're talking.
Exactly.
I think that's important.
It's very important to give people attention. They cut out time from their day to interview you. Least you could do. So pack your things neatly. Then now this is after you've said your goodbyes. Pick your things, fling your bag or whatever it is, your laptop bag, exit. The one thing I need to thank the receptionist. Thank the receptionist for the time, and then exit the building. If you need to go to the washroom now and just finally exhale and woosah and just thank God for the moment that you've had and be grateful, do it then.
Right. And at the end of the interview, I always encourage that you send a thank you email.
By all means.
Because then it gives you, first of all, it's a very good last impression. If there's maybe a question that you feel you probably did not answer or something like that, you can even bring it up. It also opens up or gives you an opportunity, just in case they don't get back. You can, reply to that same email and say, you guys had said that, in 2 weeks you're going to get back to me with feedback. I'm
kindly
just following
let me know. Where we are at.
It's a very good habit.
And don't be demanding. Don't be demanding in your
25 missed calls and 57 emails. You said you were
and
going
then
to
you
come
send
back.
even somebody else who knows me to call on behalf of no, my friends, no.
Or you come to your Facebook.
And I expected to have the tone with which you approach that conversation. Remember, you're still interviewing. So you're just asking, thank you for, maybe you thanked for the interview. And then 2 weeks later, I'm trying to, get feedback. Where we at? What would be the next steps? Because you had said I would hear back from you within this time. Kindly let me know. And leave it at that. Leave it at that.
And let me tell you, you are going to save yourself a lot of heartache, because sometimes I feel the recruitment process is a lot like relationships.
I'm trying to sell you a client. We are here. I slid into your DM literally to entice you for this job, and then
and you see, just like relationships, you can get ghosted. Imagine it's okay sometimes, because there are so many hiring managers and so many recruiters who will never get back to you for one reason or the other. The position was closed. There are so many people, people to give feedback to. Yours fell in the cracks. But high chances are, if they really want you for that role, they're going to find a way to get in touch with you. Just the same way, if a guy is interested in you, he's going to call you. If he's not calling you, high chances are
he's not busy. Just know that line of "I'm busy" is not the truth.
It's not possible. The same rule applies here. If someone, unless maybe they lost your number, and that's why, of course, it's important that you follow up once or twice. But just in relationships, the same thing in relationships. If you're too much, too desperate,
that ship is going to sail without you. It's going to leave the docks without you. So be okay also. If you don't get any feedback, it's actually fine. Just move on to the next, job application. There are people who've gotten so jaded because, someone did not respond back. Then now you stop applying for jobs. You can't. Your life cannot stand still because of that one guy who did not call you back, or that recruiter who ghosted you. I mean, it's 2020. What are we
Yes.
dealing with? We're dealing with so much.
Exactly. And let me tell you, one life skill.
Did I say 2020? It's
22.
2022.
We are in the 20s.
Yes, we are
Yeah.
post-COVID life.
One life skill that you need to learn is how to handle failure like a boss. Whether it's
Completely.
failure in job seeking or relationships or a job that didn't work out, or you've been, retrenched, or you lost your job after COVID, you cannot unpack, and just stay there. That I failed.
Yeah.
I did not get that job. I did not get that
No,
feedback.
no, you have to move. You have to move forward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Learning how to fail forward, learning how to, handle failure like a boss, ensuring that this failure is not going to dent your
It won't
self-esteem
crush you.
and
It
poison
won't crush you.
and make you get stuck is a really important
Or
tool.
make you now go online and all you're doing is ranting
Bashing,
about this organization and
organization,
bashing Akina John and I because suddenly we ghosted you. Hey,
Yeah.
my friend, life is hard.
Great. So, closing remarks from Maida. What word of encouragement, what do you want to tell anyone who is watching?
Please speak positively to yourself. Even as you go for that interview, speak to your mind. Let your audience of one be you and tell yourself you can do this. Tell yourself you can. There's a reason why you got that invite. You can do this. But if you keep allowing every negative thought and energy to infiltrate your space, that's exactly what you will exude when you're at the interview stage. And recruiters can pick it up. We can sniff it. We can see it like a dark cloud over you. So I'd encourage you to, outside of proper prior planning and preparation, I would encourage you to speak into yourself and come with that positive energy into that room. Infect the people in that room with that energy. Not overly extraness, but positive energy. Yeah.
Right. For me, the word of encouragement I would want to give in closing is, if you're going for interviews and, getting regrets and failing and not succeeding, imagine even I have been there. I'm sure even Maida,
How
we've gone
many
for
times?
so many interviews, jobs that we loved.
Yeah.
Fell down,
Companies
face
we
down.
knew this was it.
Exactly.
We knew this was the word for us.
Yeah, because of course there are also those interviews that you go for and you're sure, you're like, this is like, I did so well, they're going to call me, and something happens, they just go with someone else. So please do not get so distracted, or do not let that interview that didn't go well, or you applied and you got ghosted. Don't let that make you not apply for other jobs, because I know there are so many people who are stuck, who've never applied jobs after they got like that one rejection.
Yeah,
and that
true.
means then you are not failing forward. So please learn how to fail forward. Work on your confidence. The thing about confidence is, if your confidence levels are at a 3 out of 10, it's very easy to move from 3 out of 10 to 9.5 out of 10, as opposed to something like like technical abilities. So like now, for example, I cannot move from 3 out of 10 in a coding language, for example. Never. It's not going to be possible ever.
You'll have to have a lot of work put in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But confidence levels is something that you can work on. You can work on it. You can say, I'm not very confident, but I'm going to be practicing in the mirror. I'm going to get a career coach. I'm going to attend Toastmasters. There are so many
I'm
also
speak
YouTube.
to a mentor.
Exactly. There's so many also videos on YouTube to help you boost your confidence level. So it's actually something that you can do something about, or what you were talking about yesterday about areas of development. You can say, one of my areas of development is I want to be more confident. I want to be a better speaker. I want to be a better public speaker. And you can actually do something about it, because it's going to go a long way in your career. It's not enough that you got a straight A. It's not enough that you're very good at what you do.
Alliance.
It's not enough that you went to Alliance and got straight A's, and you are a straight A student, and you in university you went and got summa cum laude. It's not enough if you're not able to communicate. If you're not able to communicate your worth during an interview, it does not matter. So the C students and the ones who went to the other high
polling
schools,
stations.
and those are going to get these jobs.
And most A students work for C students.
I know it's actually painfully true.
Yep.
Because many A students are not able to present themselves during interviews. It's the ones who got C's are the ones who are very, confident.
Yeah.
Because they're
when you show up, don't think just because I can see this, I'm going to tick. Please, open mouth after engaging brain. Yes.
Very important.
Yeah.
Please, if there's, forget everything that we have said. Please just remember this.
Yeah.
Engage brain.
Yes, before opening mouth. Yes.
And that's it.
Thank
you very much for watching. And we are going to see you guys next time.
Thank you. Bye.